Now, where are you from?
Thomasville, Georgia.
Still living there?
No, I'm in Cairo right now. Cairo, Georgia. 10, 15 minutes away from Thomasville.
Now, I've never heard of, I've heard of Thomasville, but I've never heard of Cairo, Georgia. For somebody that's not familiar with that either, how far is that from, let's say, in Atlanta, which everybody knows?
About 3 hours away, 3 hours, 30 minutes away.
And how old were you when you made that move?
I just moved to Cairo, probably like, well, I had moved one time, probably like last year. Then I came back to Thomasville, and then I just moved back, probably like a month or two ago.
And what was the reason for that?
Just wanted to get out my city, get from around all the hate, get from around all the bullshit, the fuck niggas and all that. Just get from around the people, because it's a lot of fuck shit going on in that city that people don't understand, you know what I'm saying?
Now, you do rap music.
Yeah.
Somebody watching this would be like, okay, you recently made a move to another town 15 minutes away from where you're from, which is 3 hours from Atlanta.
Yeah.
But why don't you just move to Atlanta by now? A place where they do music and people consider it to be the New York of the South, so to speak.
I feel like too many people try to move to Atlanta and be rappers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if you that nigga, if you hot like you say you hot, you can do it in your own city. It may take some time because a lot of people in your own city gonna hate on you. So it may take a little more time than somebody coming to Atlanta and blowing up. But I'd rather blow up in my own city or blow up in a city that's probably like 10, 15 minutes away from me. It's like local. It's still 229, you know what I'm saying? So I'd rather blow up down there than come to Atlanta and blow up, because that's my city. And to my city, I want to look like, I want them to look at me and say, he made it and he didn't have to leave to make it. You know what I'm saying? That gonna make a lot of people respect you.
Now, has anybody from the 229 area become commercially successful with rap music before?
Not yet. I'll be the first one to really. I mean, you got people down there doing their thing. You got people like, YHN Smoke, and then you got HSG Major doing it. Them boys doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? They trying to come up just like me. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to be the one to take it to a whole nother level. Be the one that everybody look at and say, he did it differently.
I mean, I don't know if it's an ego thing or not, but somebody watching this might be like, okay, nobody's ever been successful yet from the 229, right? And you have this thing where you want to, make it from where you're from, but Atlanta's, theoretically,
right,
your next door neighbor. So why not, if that's a launching pad for a lot of artists, why not,
Yeah, see, that's the beauty of it, though. That's the beauty of it when people never made it from your city. That's the beauty of it, for you to strive and be the one to actually make it and not have to leave the city to do it. That gonna make the younger kids look up to you and say, if he can do it, we can do it too. Cause the thing is, people feel like, we in a small city and we can't make it out. They feel like sports the only way you can make it out. And I'm finna showing that it's a whole nother way you can make it out other than sports.
Mm. Now, what was it like for you growing up in Thomasville? Can you paint the picture for us?
We had good days, we had bad days. Good, we had the bad days, but we made do. You know what I'm saying? Like, we struggled. It was times we really ain't have money. It was times that we really ain't have food in the fridge. It was times when I was at school wondering, am I gonna be able to eat, or is the lights gonna be on? It was times I walked in the room and saw my mama crying. I was bad as hell in school, so I put more stress on her. From me being the badass kid I was, she getting caught out there to the school because I'm out there showing out. I done saw her cry a lot, and that's why I do what I do. I do it for her because she done did so much for us, trying to make a way for us. It's time for me to give back to her plus more.
Was she ever able to surpass that struggle?
Yeah, she became very successful. She is now.
How does one get up out of that? What's somebody watching this, maybe they're a similar description you just described, and they're wondering, man, how do I make it out of this struggle? What's the advice there? Now, everybody's circumstances could be different, but what's some general advice? Any general advice, watching how your mom was able to overcome it and stuff like that?
You got to keep God first. Just keep God first, keep praying and keep pushing, maintain, and don't let it tear you down. Because there's going to be times when you feel like giving up, but we always made it through. You got to find a way through. You got to find a way to keep pushing. You got to find a way through that tunnel.
What was your roughest moment growing up? You mentioned bad days. What was probably the baddest day?
The baddest was wondering if we were going to eat. I think that was the worst thing. Just wondering if we going to eat or if the light's going to be on, coming from school, because you thinking about it all day in school. You see what I'm saying? So it's kind of like you don't really know.
Now, I see commercials on TV where they talk about stuff like that, where they talk about, you know, how some kids, the only meal they look forward to or may get in one day is actually when they go to school.
Right.
When I was growing up in school, I never saw that. I saw like reduced lunch and maybe free lunch for some people, but I never saw like, I don't remember, maybe it was in front of me or maybe it was hidden, but I never saw a kid or no kid ever said, damn man, I'm not able to eat today, or this is my only meal. So when I saw the TV commercial recently, I was kind of shocked by it because I didn't experience it, but this is something that happens.
Yeah, it happens. It happens to a lot of kids. It's a lot of kids, to be honest, it's a lot of kids out there that it happened to, but they don't want to expose it now. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to tell nobody what's going on because probably their mother probably telling them, don't go to school and tell people what's going on. Don't tell them what's going on at the house. You know what I'm saying? So they not going to actually tell you what's going on, but it's happening more. It happened a lot, to be honest.
It has to be for a TV commercial to be talking about it.
It happened a whole lot, especially in the schools.
Now, what about the streets? Did you deal with the streets?
Yeah, I done did a lot of shit in the street.
Your name is Mob Tide.
Yeah.
You, in another clip when we talked about your name, you had mentioned that you're affiliated with a gang.
Yeah, not really a gang, more, you know, just a big family, when you say gang, I feel like when you talk about gangs, it got a bad little
connotation.
Yeah, but us, we all about bringing stuff together, kids going to school and, you know what I'm saying, just trying to bring the community together as one and be more positive, you know what I'm saying, other than gang banging on each other. We trying to just bring everybody together, you know what I'm saying, but in the streets, I mean, it was a time when I was lost, when I was doing shit that I knew my mama wouldn't approve of. You know what I'm saying? Breaking in houses and shit like that, and stealing and all that. It was times I was doing a lot of shit my mom wouldn't approve of. Buying guns, toting guns. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people in the streets respect me off of that.
How young were you when you got involved with the streets?
Probably about maybe 13, 14 when I first started smoking. I was smoking probably like 12 or 13. That's when I really started jumping out.
Young?
Yeah, young.
Were you one of the youngest from your area, or were there people just as young or younger?
It was people just as young, just as my age, doing the same thing. They were doing the same thing.
So that wasn't out of the ordinary?
Yeah, that wasn't out of the ordinary. You had people my age breaking in houses and stealing. You had people, you know, robbing and all that shit right there.
Looking back, dealing with the streets, that can be a very risky path.
Man, it can be real dangerous. It can be real dangerous.
There can be consequences, there can be violence, there can be some sort of incarceration, be it jail or prison.
Yeah. I was lucky. I was lucky to be one of the ones that didn't happen to.
There can even be death.
Yeah.
Why go that route?
Because, I mean, when you ain't got no guidance, you lost. And you looking for something to replace not having a father figure or a mother figure, whoever they feel like they need, you know what I'm saying? Like for me, I needed a daddy, so I was looking for something to replace that. And I looked to the streets. You know what I'm saying? That seems to be the only place I could really get respect off of doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? So older niggas, they would look at me, they would dap me up, and that felt good. Them telling me that I was doing something right.
Was that unavoidable, that path, or could you have made another decision?
Yeah, I could have made a better decision. But at the time, I wasn't hearing it. I was more focused on, like I say, trying to get my respect in the streets.
Any regrets going down that road?
No,
thinking back, hindsight 2020.
I wouldn't say I had no regrets, because had I not done that, or had I not been through what I've been through and done what I've done, I probably wouldn't be sitting right here in front of you right now.
Was it worth it? Was the risk worth the reward, or what you got out of it?
If this the reward, I'd say it was worth it. If this being the award, standing in front of you right now, you know what I'm saying, it was worth it.
Somebody watching this, let's say they're about that same age, 12, 13 years old. They might be thinking about the streets.
Right.
Or they might be 1 foot in, 1 foot out. One
yeah.
foot in, 1 foot in school, for example. And I imagine that's what you were, 1 foot in, 1 foot out at that time.
1 foot out.
Somebody watching this, again, circumstances could be different for everybody, but any general advice to a kid watching this right now, listening to your story, similar description?
Man, stay out the streets and stay in school. You can be what you want to be. You can do what you want to do. The streets ain't what it is. I lost a lot of homeboys to the streets, mainly to the prison. Mainly to prison. Like I had a little cousin. He's 15 doing 5 years. When you go to jail, man, that take everything away from you. People they gonna look out for you at first. You're gonna get a lot of free this and free that. But after a while, people start fading away. The letters stop coming. People stop putting money on your books. And you ain't got nothing to offer when you locked up. Especially, you know, if you got kids or, you know, however. When you locked up, you ain't got nothing to offer to the world. You basically dead when you locked up. You know, and being dead, you definitely can't offer nothing. You don't have your mama crying, you know, and that ain't what it is. The streets ain't cool. Going to school, cool. I'd rather sell hope than sell dope.
You mentioned school. Let's talk about school for a second. What type of student were you in school? I know you said you were a troublemaker.
I was bad as I wasn't really bad as I was more like a class clown.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know, that's all. I was just a class clown.
Did you rap in school?
Yeah, I was rapping like in 7th grade.
7th grade.
8th grade.
Were you battling classmates?
Nah, I wasn't doing none of that. I was just, you know, freestyling. You know what I'm saying? We'd just sit around and just, somebody put on the instrumental, we'll freestyle on it. No battling though.
Now, as a preteen going into a teenager, you started stepping out 1 foot in the streets, 1 foot still in school. Were you able to complete high school?
Yeah, I graduated.
Okay.
I graduated high school. Went to college. I really ain't like college, to be honest. I really ain't like school. I graduated because, you know, I just wanted to make my mama proud. If it weren't for her, I probably would have dropped out in probably 10th grade.
And I talk to a lot of people that end up dropping out around then because the streets take over, they're making money already, they see no value of or no point in finishing.
Yeah, I want my mom to be proud of me. I want her to come to my graduation.
I see.
I want to see that smile on her face.
Now, what college did you attend?
I went online at University of Phoenix.
Okay.
I tried Thomasville University at first though. I didn't really like that. Went to University of Phoenix online. It was easy, but my heart wasn't in it.
Dropped out.
Yeah, school. You know, school ain't for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I dropped out of school, but I had a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? If my backup plan didn't work, I was gonna go back to school. You know, so.
What was the backup plan?
It's music.
I see. Now, how much schooling did you get done under your belt? Did you complete freshman year?
I ain't completed at all. I just left it alone.
Was it just a music career choice decision? Was it a financial issue? Was it something else that
No, I just want to do music anyway. Like money-wise, I was always straight. Like I always knew how to go get money. So financially, never been a problem for me. The older I got, when I was young, it was, because when you're that young, you really can't really do much. You know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna hire you because you're too young. So you kind of gotta, if you want the money, you kind of gotta go steal it. Or if you don't want to ask your parents for it, and you know mama's struggling, you can't ask her for it.
What was your opinion of the University of Phoenix for the time you went or you enrolled?
They good people. It's a good school, but like I said, it's just my heart wasn't in it. But they do right. They're a good school. They're good people.
What did your mom think of you not, or dropping out, should I say?
She didn't like it at first, but I feel like she knew that I had another plan. She knew I had something else other than school, so she started rocking with it.
When you did go to school, did you get grants or scholarship or anything? Or did you have to rely on your own funds or that sort of thing?
I got grants.
Okay.
Grants.
I see. Now, when it comes to your college experience of the time you did do you wish you never, again, hindsight 2020, do you wish you never would have done it? Do you wish you would have, after high school was over, you went straight into the music? Or are you glad you at least had some sort of experience?
I'm glad I experienced it.
Okay.
That way I know what to look forward to if I ever want to do it again. I'm glad I experienced that.
Somebody watching this, let's say they're a kid, just graduated high school themselves, and they have a passion for music. Doesn't have to be a rapper like you, can be a producer, a DJ, engineer, music video director, whatever the case may be. And they're thinking of the next step in life. Again, circumstances could be different for everybody, but general advice here. Do you tell a kid like that go straight into the music? Music business, music industry, music career choice? Or do you tell a person if they can continue their education, do that and music at the same time? What's the general advice there?
Do whatever you do. Whatever your mind and your heart telling you to do, just do it. If you rather do music than go to school, then do music and go to school. But whatever you choose to do, just go hard at it. Just go 100%. Don't slack up. If that's what you want to do, then do it. Cause it's better to try things when you're young, so that you know I want to do this the rest of my life, or I don't want to do this the rest of my life. Cause you may get into the music thing and then you may decide, man, I really don't like this. I want to go to college. You know what I'm saying? Just try it and go hard at it, whatever you choose to do.
What jobs did you have growing up, if any?
I worked at Enterprise Rental Car, washing cars.
That was it?
Yeah.
One job. Must be nice. Did you, was that job tough?
No, it wasn't tough. It was really easy. I go in at like 7:30 in the morning, get off at like 12, have the rest of the day to myself to do what I want to do.
Any crazy stories dealing with that job? Anything that happened out of the norm?
Nah, cause I was outside washing cars, so all the crazy ass customers and shit, they was in there dealing with, you know, them. I done saw some customers about to fight the employees and shit. You know what I'm saying? The employees look at me like I'm supposed to break it up. I was like, nah, y'all have that shit.
Did you quit or get fired from that gig?
No, I had left.
Now, you mentioned your mom in this interview. What happened to your father?
He wasn't never there. He wasn't never there. Whole time I was going, it was just mama. That's all I knew was mama.
You know who he is, though?
Yeah, I know who he is.
Have you ever had a chance to meet him, or?
Yeah, I talked to him, and I hope he's doing good wherever he at. I wish him the best. I wish him many blessings. I don't hate him or nothing like that. Like I said, I wish him the best. I really hope he's doing good, but when it come down to it, he wasn't there. My mama, she was the only one really holding things down. You know what I'm saying? She was there when I got sick. She was there when coming to the school, and you know what I'm saying?
So no relationship with him at this point? How young were you when they separated?
I was a baby, like a baby.
And you mentioned it before, but I'm just going to ask it again. No male figure at all for you growing up?
I ain't really get nobody to really coach me like that till I got older. Like I got my brother Skirt, he kind of get me through it a lot.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like I talk to him, he tell me when I'm right, when I'm wrong. It ain't never no you always right. He gonna tell me when I'm wrong.
Sounds like you've been through some things.
Yeah.
In regards to your mom, what's the worst thing you put her through?
I think the worst thing I put her through, let me see. The worst thing I put her through was probably, I have to say them arguments, them damn arguments, being disrespectful. That gotta be the worst thing.
Now, in regards to siblings, did you have any, or were you the only child?
Man, I got damn near 20-something on my daddy's side. I got a brother and a sister on my mama's side.
Younger?
Yeah, no, my brother, he older than me. My sister younger.
Your brother's older, but he wasn't a male figure in your life that you took on to?
He was, but it's kind of like, you want your brother to be your brother, you know what I'm saying? But and then you want a father to be a father, you know what I'm saying? You don't want your brother to be your father, you know what I'm saying?
Sometimes that happens where the brother will take on a father-like role for some people, though.
Yeah, for me it was kind of like I was just looking for my brother to be my brother.
Anyone else in your family raps aside you, or just yourself?
No, I'm the only one. Well, I got a cousin. He rap, but he don't really. He actually, to be honest, he actually wrote my first. He wrote my first rap for me. Shout out Jerome. He wrote my first rap for me. And that's when when I heard myself on the track. That's when I was like, yeah, I want to do this for real. He wrote my first rap for me.
Have you guys collabed since?
Nah, we ain't never collab, but we plan on collabing though. I plan on doing something with him.
Are you guys supportive of each other, or is it more competitive?
Yeah, he support me. He actually always tell me. He always tell me if it's anything that I need from him to push my music or anything, he always tell me, just let me know.
What does your family think about your rap career?
My mom, she like it. She said she know I got talent. My brother and my sisters, they know I got talent, but as far as like family, like cousins and stuff like that, I don't really have those.
Mother's been supportive?
Yeah, my mom been damn supportive.
Right away, or did she have to warm up to it?
No, it was right away. She always been supportive of everything I do.
She likes the music?
Yeah, she like it. She got her favorites. She got her favorite song.
What does she think about the cussing?
She know I cuss, so it don't really bother her. She knows it's coming from her heart, everything.
Has she had a chance to see you perform live?
Not yet.
Soon?
Yeah, soon she will.